With the RRSP deadline fast approaching, it's time to make those important contributions. Our next guest says this is especially important for women. A recent study says that women actually need to save more money than men for retirement, and they need to start saving it now. So don't panic. For tips on getting ready for retirement, personal finance expert Rubina Ahmed-Haq is with us in studio today. My first question, why do women need to save more than men?
Well, for a couple of reasons. One, we live longer, so we have higher costs of living. We have higher costs of health care. We also tend to make less money over our lifetime. So a woman in the same job as a man will be making less money. I mean, pay equity still doesn't exist between men and women. We've done many talks about that. So for that reason, we are making less, so we need to save more of that money that we are making. And we tend to take breaks in our career. So to have children, to take care of our aging parents, if there's any home emergency, usually it's the female in the relationship that's asked to take time off so that she can take care of things for her family.
All right, considering all the barriers that you just mentioned, then how can women make sure that they're saving enough?
Well, according to the study that was done, they say that women should be saving 18% of their after-tax income compared to men who can save 10%.
Often that does not leave us a lot to
I know, it's a very
with.
aggressive number, and I know it's pretty optimistic, but at least it puts into perspective that we should be saving more. So whatever you're putting away today, try to increase it if you are a woman a little bit more so that you are just putting that much more away because of those factors that we just talked about. Also, be a little bit more ambitious in your investments. So women tend to play it really safe. We do the GICs, we do the fixed income, we do, just a good old savings account, which we know pays about 1.5%. So saving in the stock market, buying good quality Canadian stocks is going to do better for you if you're saving over 20, 25 years than something that's fixed income. We know the market returns about 9% over 20, 25 years on average. So if you can stomach the ups and downs over 20, 25 years, you're going to be better if you're a bit more aggressive in the way that you're investing.
All right, while I have you here, I want to know what is the #1 thing both men and women need to consider about retirement?
So start putting something away out of every single paycheck that you get. So even if we go with that 10% number that personal finance experts love to push, if you can at least put that 10% away every single time you get paid. You get $100, you put away $10 into your retirement savings. The deadline is, of course, fast approaching. If you can do a contribution before it comes, you're going to get a little bit extra tax refund back, and then you can use that to reinvest into your RSP, and that's just going to help you further along your journey when it comes to your retirement savings.
So I'm sitting at home, I hear you say this. What should we do right now, even today, if we can?
So take a look at what your marginal tax bracket is. So that's in Canada, we have a ladder tax system. So the more money you make, the higher amount of income tax is taken from your income. So on the top part of your income, if you could lower it just to the next marginal tax bracket, you will save maximum amount of income tax. So that's going to mean a bigger refund in May or whenever you decide to file your taxes and get your refund back. And that's just more money that you can put back in your RSP. And my #1 tip is, if you are borrowing money to put into your RSP, that's fine, but make sure you use the refund to pay that loan off. And the money that you get back in your tax refund can only be used to pay down debt or put back into your RSP. It's not vacation money. It's not wardrobe money. It's not fun money. It is money meant for your retirement savings.
All right, what's something that people don't tend to consider when they're planning for their retirement? Yes, they're going to put money away, but do we put away enough?
Well, people think that retirement's going to be really cheap and that our cost of living will go down. But if you're living in the same house, driving the same car, with the same type of lifestyle, maybe your cost of living might go down 10, 15% because you're not going to work every day. You don't have to buy sort of suits or any kind of outfit that you would need for your work. And generally, costs tend to go up because now all of a sudden you want to travel, you want to do more dinner parties, you want to pick up a hobby that maybe you always wanted to do but just didn't have time to do when you were working. So in fact, retirement can sometimes be even more expensive than your working years. So plan for it so that you can have the options to do all those things when you retire.
Always such good tips when you're here, Rubina. If you could advise women in the millennial category, because women who are millennials invest very differently than women who are not. So what would be your advice to our friends in that category, in that demographic?
So start putting, if you can, that 18% away, especially if you're starting your first job and you don't have right now the expenses of having kids and a mortgage and all those other things that happen when we start families. Start putting as much as you possibly can away into your retirement savings, and then you can pare back on it when you get into your 30s and life gets more expensive, more things come up that you have to pay for. And be aggressive. Buy stocks that are going to pay you better than just buying fixed income products. over 20, 25 years, you're going to do much better investing in the stock market than you will investing in fixed income.
Women love to ask for directions. Do we often ask for help when it comes to finances?
Yeah, we do. I mean, going to a financial advisor is great advice, but I'm a big believer in arming yourself with all the information that you need. So even if you're using a financial advisor, you shouldn't just go in and say, okay, what should I buy? The question really should be, okay, I've looked at these different types of investments. This is what I'm really interested in. Tell me what I should be doing if I've got these 5 options ahead of me. Sort of come in with some idea of what you want to do so they can guide you rather than telling you what to do. And then whatever they advise you, make sure you really look at the details of the investments, the fees that you're paying, what the historical returns have been on those investments, so that you have a good idea of what your retirement nest egg is going to look like and how it's going to grow.
Just like every area of your life, be smart about it.
Yes, be smart about it and be educated about it because it's your money. No one cares about it more than you.
You're right. Thank you so much for being here, Rubina. Lots of food to think on. You can't say we didn't know now.